Hi everyone, welcome to those of you who are joining us live, and welcome to those of you catching up in your own time with this wonderful live chat that I'm having with one of our presenters coming to the festival this month to host a really exciting workshop. Today I'm joined by Tracie Story, who is joining me on our link today all the way from Mallorca. How are you doing?
I'm great, thank you, Babney. I'm really, really good. Yes, I'm in Mallorca, so apologies if there's any delay with the Wi-Fi. It's not as good as in London, but anyway, I'm here and I'm really excited to be chatting to you. So I've been looking forward to doing this. So
I know, I'm really excited. One thing I do love about all these lives is that I get to speak to everyone before they get to London, because a lot of people are based around the world. They think that's a beautiful thing when I get to work like you, who get to thrive off doing what they love, working within wellness and spirituality like this. And it helps, the fact that people can do it from all over the world, and then the festival brings everyone together, in London. So it's really lovely that you are hopefully sending us some sunshine in London from Mallorca right now.
absolutely, absolutely. And as you say, mind, body, spirit is where we all gather together. And there's nothing more important than actually gathering together in person.
Mm.
Over the years, as we've all known, a lot of us have had to do things remotely. But can't beat being in the same room with people. And obviously in mind, body, spirit, there is a huge amount of people that come from all over as well. So it's a really great melting pot and meeting point for all of us. So I'm really looking forward to it.
So nice. I know you've done our festival a couple of times before. You're doing something a little bit different this time, aren't you, for us? I'm really looking forward to you sharing that with people. Tell everyone what it is.
Yeah, so this time what I'm trying to do is actually, so it's experiential but also educational, because what's really important is we talk often about lots of things. We're always reading things, we're looking at things, we're talking
Mm.
about stuff, but we need to experience things. So what I'm wanting to do this year is basically start getting people aware of the flow state of the brain waves. So
Mm.
from our usual brain state, which is beta, where we're in our focus mode, we're in thinking mind, we're in our analytical mind, and actually moving us down into kind of alpha brainwave state, which is about 8 hertz to 14 hertz. So you've got upper alpha, which is more 14, and then lower alpha, which is 8. So what we're going to be doing is actually consciously, awarely moving from beta brainwave into alpha using a set of techniques. And once people start to realize that they are an alchemist in their own right, we're all alchemists and we have this ability to change state, but we need to be aware what's happening and that we're doing it. So in the techniques we're going to be using, we're going to be getting into this alpha brainwave state, which is using both sides of the brain. When we're in kind of more thinking analytical, we're more on one side of the brain. When we get
Mm.
into state, we're into that creative. So if you're a creative, you probably spend quite a lot of time in alpha. And as a musician, I know you sing a lot, and you're probably in your alpha brainwave state quite a lot. But most of us don't really realize when we're going between the two. So in this year's workshop, I'd really like people to kind of experience it and feel when they're moving from one brainwave state into another through the experience of movement and the experience of sound.
I think this is really exciting because, I think more and more the science behind a lot of what our practitioners, teach and share at the festival, science is coming up to booster and bolster a lot of these, sometimes very ancient techniques that are being shared at the festival, or, what would be put in the category of esoteric techniques. But there is a lot of science behind it. And, the ancient teachers and people and cultures knew this, but I feel like modern science hadn't caught up with being able to prove that and demonstrate that. So tell us a little bit more on what people will actually be doing physically at the workshop to be able to bring in those changes on the level of the brain waves.
Yeah, so what we're going to be doing, we're going to be having chats to begin with, because obviously it's important to share knowledge. We need to speak about what's going on and to engage the brain. So we will be engaging the brain more at the beginning of the workshop. But then what
Mm.
we're going to do is we're going to engage the body. So we're going to be working with Qigong, and Qigong is about mastering your energy. So Qi means energy, Gong means mastering. So again, getting into this kind of alchemist kind of like state of mind and body, using
Mm.
the body do certain moves, activating the meridians. So through Qigong, we'll start to activate the body to go from kind of more like 2D into 3D. So everyone will start to feel more activated throughout their whole body. Then what we're going to do is a set of toning techniques. And the toning techniques I've been working with these techniques for a while. They come from Japan. So it's an ancient Japanese sound technique. And what it is, it's working with the shape of sounds. And the reason why we work with this particular technique is meditation isn't necessarily for everyone. We all talk about meditation. Some people go really quickly into meditative state, and some of us take a little bit longer because we've got a lot going on in the brain. So when we use sound meditation and toning techniques, what happens is we can get into that state a lot more quickly because we're distracting the brain by using toning techniques. And obviously, as you know, there's lots of toning techniques. There's some great from India, from China, from Japan. There's lots of different mantras that we can use. I particularly work with this Japanese tradition. So what happens then is we start dropping down into alpha. So we're getting out of the mind, dropping down into alpha. We've already activated the body. Then we're activating our own voice, our own vibration. And what's really magical is when we're in the room with our brothers and sisters, it's much more powerful because then we're becoming like a symphony of sound. So it's really important to activate that. And then once we've reached this kind of alpha state, this flow state, then what's going to happen? We're going to go into a deeper meditation. Going to lie down. So there's kind of 3 stages of the session. So, the Qigong side of the session, the toning side, and then the more restorative side where we do sound meditation and lie down and receive. And just give ourselves some space internally to process,
Sounds really beautiful. It sounds just like such a delicious way to I don't want to say end the festival, but you are on the bank holiday Monday. Do you want to let everyone know when your workshop is?
Yes, I want everybody to know it's Monday, bank holiday, so that is the 29th, and we're going to be going live in our session at 1:30. So everyone, please put that in your diary. I'd love you to be there, and I'd love you to experience this, not for me, but for yourself, because it's really an experience. And I can honestly say you will leave feeling different. You will leave feeling transformed. Some people more than others, but you will definitely not want to get up from that mat at the end of the session. So it's a really nice way for like ending the weekend or just coming in and doing some restoration inside. So that's 1:30 on the bank holiday Monday. So please do book your tickets because I don't know how many spaces we've got, but we are, there is only a certain amount of spaces in the workshop. I'd love to see you there. And obviously, if anyone's got any questions as well, they can come to me afterwards as well.
Yeah, I just wanted to add, for anyone that's watching this and catching up, is that, you are one of my favorites. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but you are one of my favorite specialists in this work in the field, and I absolutely love coming to your sessions. And I know I've had the pleasure of being able to attend some outside of the festival space. So, even as someone that's attended your sessions and your work, I would also agree. Do not miss the session. It is beautiful. The ones I've done with you have actually stayed with me for years, so it's not just that, if you don't mind me saying, that it's not just that you attend it and you feel nice in the session, then you go on to, everything else. There's some deep shift that happens with your work, and so thank you for bringing it to the festival and to our community.
Thank you so much. Yeah, and just to reinforce that point, I think it's because when you're working with sound, frequency, and vibration, there is this echo effect. So not just it continues to resonate, it continues to echo. And depending on where you are in your life, that's what's so beautiful about this work. It meets you wherever you are. So if you're ready for a big change, then this work is fantastic. If you're ready to just step into it and make a little change, well, that's also okay as well. So it really meets you where you are. So I think it does have a longer term effect. It's not just at the workshop. So it's kind of hard to describe it. So that's why it's kind of good to come and experience it.
Tracie, is there a little tip that you can give our viewers now that they'll already be able to, implement in their lives that can whet their appetite for your workshop with us on the 29th of May?
Yeah, I think one of the things to do is to get the body moving, and also work with being grounded. So I don't know if anybody feels grounded or they feel ungrounded, but being grounded is, I'd say, one of my number one tips. So I'd ask you, and I'd ask, you know, anyone who's watching, how do you get grounded? And what we're going to be doing in this session is working on being grounded. I mean, there are a couple of little tips I can share right now. One of them is I put my thumb inside the palm of my hand. If I'm a little bit nervous or a little bit stressed, obviously have your feet on the ground. If you're sitting on a chair, put your thumb in the middle of your palm, and that's connecting you and grounding your body. So just taking that conscious.
Is it in the same palm or in the opposite palm?
Opposite palm.
Okay.
Opposite. Yeah. So take your palm there, and then put your thumb, the opposite thumb, inside, and then just take 3 deep breaths. You know, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. And that's just consciously and making an effort to take some time to ground. And then the other things, so do it on both palms as well. Other thing is using the SU sound, SU. That helps to ground as well. So again, you need your feet on the ground. And we'll just do this together 3 times, or I'll demonstrate it. So you take a deep breath in, and then you make the SU sound on the exhale. SU. And you just allow that sound to go through the body into the ground. And you find your own tone with that, but we do it again. Deep breath in. Su. And then you just continue to do that on your own. It might feel strange to begin with if you're not used to doing it, but it's just a really nice way of grounding and getting your voice activated.
Beautiful. Oh, Tracie, thank you so much. Thank you for spending a little bit of time chatting to me in our community all about your wonderful workshop with us. Where can everyone get their tickets to join you?
Yeah, so basically we have the Body Spirit website. I'm going to be putting a banner on the front page of my website, which is elementalresonance.com. That's elementalresonance, all one word.com. So I'm going to have a link there if you want to come to my website or the Mind Body Spirit website. And if you click in the workshop section, you'll be able to book your ticket there. Amazing. I think is that place, Bhavni, for everyone to get
there? Yeah, any of those, all roads lead to one. So yeah, you know, whether it's through the socials or through Tracie's website or our Mind Body Spirit website, get yourself to the festival. We can't wait to see everyone at your workshop, and we can't wait to welcome you in London once again, Tracie. We're really looking forward to it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Looking forward to seeing you all. So yeah, get your tickets and I'll see you there in London.
Thank you. Bye.